Hello Twin Flames, this is Victoria and I'm here with your daily energy check. Today we're going to be taking a look at what's happening with Divine Masculines, what's on their heart space, what are they thinking about, what kind of action are they taking at this time. Let's take a deep breath and let's dive right in. At the end, I'm going to post some messages from my special deck with messages from Divine Masculine to Divine Feminine, of course. Okay, and I'm starting with an oracle card with the Sacred Travel, and I'm actually going to start with a card for Divine Feminine's watching, so for the cross watchers. Let's see what we have. Hope you guys are doing great. It's a pretty intense week energetically, I can tell already, and it's only Tuesday. The energy is amping up towards towards the full moon first and foremost, and then towards the eclipse. And as I was actually doing my October readings, which are all up on my other channel, Mindful Bamboo, so all the horoscopes for every zodiac sign for October are there. You can check them out if you're interested. And there was a general trend with more of a feminine energy, more of an energy of surrender, of following the flow, like almost like checking, what's gonna happen. It's almost like this healthy curiosity. It's like, I wonder what's gonna happen with this. If I just follow along, what's gonna happen then? That sort of idea. So that's what I got, for a lot of signs actually. It was a little bit different cards. Some of them were repeating, some of them were different, but the general idea was still more in terms of experiencing, witnessing, feeling through certain events rather than taking specific action. And for a few signs, I got explicit message: if you are feeling pressured to take action about a certain important point, do not do it just because of that pressure. It's one of those big lessons where it may feel like there is some sort of urgency with making a decision because, I don't know, I'm gonna lose this opportunity, or this person is not gonna offer it again, or whatever. But it's not true, it's an illusion. And that's the part where we are being asked to learn to trust ourselves, to trust our energy as well, and not to be taking hasty decision just because there is some rush, there is some noise from the outside, right? These days, a lot is happening in the world, and that's another source of noise that may impact us. I mean, it impacts us regardless, right? It is then your choice what you do with that information and with those emotions and feelings that are coming up. Okay, so the feminine, we have crossing bridges with the full moon in the card, by the way. And yeah, crossing bridges, to me, this is so connected to the death energy, the Scorpio energy, to the whole transformational energy that I've been talking about. It's time for healing, connecting, mending, and releasing. Yeah, so we are now actually pretty close to the full moon, which is about mending, healing, and releasing. We have, I think, a week left. So yeah, this is your nudge, Divine Feminines, that the next, I would say, in few days is very good to practice more of those healing rituals, releasing anything that seems or feels burdensome, that feels painful, that feels like it's pulling on your energy. Do that observation for yourself, do that check for yourself, and see how you can make it better. And then really see how you can make it better. Right? Because again, our brain is going to be telling us that we are already in the best space that we can be in this situation, right? Or no, it's best not to meddle into it right now. Like, I'm just gonna live with it. Yeah. But if that live with it means you're struggling, that you're in pain, then you're really not doing anyone any favors. You're just creating more imbalance, because with the law of reciprocity, somebody is causing that pain and suffering towards you, it's gonna come back to them. So you're not really saving them from anything, or you're not doing anything good towards them. You know what I mean? Because sometimes people take this self-care and boundaries and, you know, I need to take care of my needs. A lot of people take it as something selfish. But in reality, if you look at every and any example, you will see immediately, sorry for the noise guys, I already have my AC on heating mode because it's pretty cold in New York and rainy. In any and every example, you would see how it turns around. That's the whole magic of quantum thinking and the whole idea of spiritual path and twin flame path in particular, which is a more specific case of a spiritual path with a specific mission in mind. But you can give me any examples. I mean, I'm taking it as a challenge. Come on, you can give me any example you want with how it feels like it's a better choice to give in and to do what other people are expecting of you, rather than stand strong in your position so that you care about yourself and your needs, right? And you stay healthy and sane and grounded and balanced, right? Give me any of the examples where you feel like this is not necessarily the best way to go, and I will break it down for you and I will show you how this is not only beneficial for you to be in the space where you put yourself first, it's actually more beneficial for the other people, for all other people involved. The card for divine masculines. Finally, we're getting into the masculine zone. Whoa, that was very masculine-y move. Staying focused, hold the course. Yes, baby. And again, you see, even for the masculines, it's not even about taking a decisive action or fighting something or reaching for the stars. It's like you are already on track. Just stay the course. Keep your focus. Do not get distracted again with the noise that other people, events, circumstances will be creating for you. Stay, you know, within your, not even within your lane, but stay true to your path. You know, like those navigators, like those people who, you know, in the older days when people used to sail using the compass or even the star navigation by the stars, right? That's what was that, like the North Star. That's why the North Star or the North Node that we're talking about right now, about the moon, North Node. And North Star is usually like your like guiding star. That's like your goal. That's where you are. That's what you are recalibrating your course against, right? Like that's your almost like 0.0, right? That then you can decide like where you want to go based on that information. So that's what you should do for divine masculines. That's what you should do with your intuition and with what your soul, your heart space, your guides are telling you to do, which way to go, right? Stay true to that. Think of it as your North Star. And you are being asked to stay the course and not veer from it under any circumstances or excuses. Okay, something important is happening, and I'm sensing that it's going to be a massive transformation for both twins. And yeah, speaking of full moon, that's also going to be like the day before or on the day. I don't remember whether it's the full moon is on the 9th or on the 10th for my time zone. I need to check on that. But I think it's on the 9th of October, and then we have, the next day we have 1010 portal. So it's gonna be huge. It's gonna be huge. Let's see with tarot what's happening on the heart space for divine masculines right now. And I brought my movie tarot. You know what that means. We are gonna be seeing some movie characters. No, that deck just has a masculine vibe for me, so actually speaks to me in terms of the messages that I'm channeling. What's happening on divine masculine's heart space at this time? But remember, these are timeless readings, so whenever you came across it, that's where that message was relevant for you. Oh, also I posted a new article on my blog about connected to nature, and I set up payment options for if you want to have a private reading or coaching session, I set it up on my website, so you can actually pay directly through the website. You'll have your confirmation email and all that funky stuff. And you can still pay with PayPal or Venmo if you wish to do so. Those options are available. The Hierophant, nice. I like it actually for the masculines. It's like the implementation of divine masculine in the 3D society. To me, Hierophant represents that. There's also a Taurus energy, so it's very grounded, very stable. It's not like, you know, it's not like something passing. It's not something that's gonna be changing. This is here to stay. This is grounding the ascended energy, the new knowledge, the new information that divine masculine have been receiving into the reality. But this is the heart space though. So this is like, this is more between 5D and 4D. This is like them acknowledging what is it that happened to them, why it happened. It's analyzing recent events and taking out the lessons, right? Like the bottom line. What was all that about? It's that moment. What are divine masculines thinking about? The Chariot, another major arcana. You see how much of the macrocosmic intervention there is now in the air. And I don't know about you, but I can feel it very strongly. Another masculine figure here, apologies. I'm gonna actually read it from the book because the major arcana is definitely worth it, and I started getting hiccups. So for some, there may be a challenge with clearing the air and having some honest conversations with someone. It's supposed to be easier energy-wise because Mercury has gone direct. So communication in general is going to be a little easier, a little more lighthearted. But yeah, it could be tough, especially if the conversation has to do with something painful in the past and with something that the person still feels vulnerability about. That could be tricky. Yeah, I can really feel it. Like it's like somebody's suffocating me on my throat right now. Okay, what action are divine masculines taking? Very strange feeling. Ace of Coins. Nice. Another masculine card. I promise you there are some female characters in this deck, but it's just the end. Oh, by the way, Queen of Swords. This is, I forgot what's her name. Anyway, I'm not gonna take too much time on that, but we all know what it is. Okay, so let's put some clarifiers actually. Let's clarify the Hierophant for the heart space, for the energy of the divine masculines. I think this is from The Godfather. The world. Ending a cycle, for sure. Let's clarify the Chariot for the thinking space. This looks like Julius Caesar to me, something like that. Justice, another major arcana. And this is Libra. This is Libra season. Libra, remember we talked about the whole idea was this Libra season and the new moon that we had, that it's helping rebalance emotions and is helping rebalance relationships. So that's what's coming onto the surface now, because we see in this Libra energy in the thought space. So it's a lot more conscious now. It was setting the foundation energetically, and now it's going into the conscious mind. Let's clarify Ace of Coins. Six of Cups, I love it. Some new projects, new beginnings that are being inspired by the twin flame love, by the beauty, the childlike fun, and the simplicity of the connection, its best possible meaning of the word, where, you know, like where you don't have to pretend, you don't have to wear a mask, you don't have to sound fancy or, you know, try to impress the other person, right? You can just be yourself, and that's the most beautiful thing for the other person. That creates a lot of inspiration for divine masculine right now. How beautiful is that? And the star on the bottom of the deck. Wonderful. This is alignment towards the bigger mission, which is, I don't have to tell you, pretty big deal for divine masculines to align with that. Okay, so let's start with the Hierophant. Marlon Brando as Vito Corleone in The Godfather. Life lesson: working toward the greater good means holding your head up high. Yes. Vito Corleone warns of the price of justice. Someday I will call upon you to do a service for me, but until that day, consider this justice a gift on my daughter's wedding day. Yeah, and there's actually also the bit of explanation here. It's the conductor of ceremonies, practices, and rituals. A guru or mentor, observe legal and social protocols and ethics, work for a higher purpose, follow the straight and narrow. Yeah, so this is divine masculines energetically closing the cycle where they were not doing it, where, well, sorry, yeah, let me correct that. That was close. Now it was a sneeze. The cycle is closing where this looked like something that where divine masculines are trying to tell themselves that they're supposed to follow certain standards of society, right? Because Hierophant is first and foremost a figure in society, like it's a role model, if you wish, right? It can be a priest, obviously it's not in this case, but in any case it's some figure of authority that's publicly recognized. That's a very important part of the Hierophant concept. And divine masculines used to think that they're supposed to follow certain external values, certain standards in order to be in this position, so that they're being heard, and so that their knowledge, their effort, their power is being recognized in a good way. But now that cycle is closing so that they can align more towards the higher purpose, towards the mission, what I was talking about here, towards the bigger mission, which is not really to comply with what's already the accepted norms in the society, but to create your own norms, right? Yet still be a public figure, still be a figure of authority, but on your terms. That's the energy that masculines are transforming into, which is beautiful, where they will have a lot more confidence in breaking the rules where it's necessary, and setting up new standards in a kind way, not in a destructive way, but not as an ultimatum, but by actually showing people why the new standards work. It's intense. Then we have the Chariot in the thinking space. Russell Crowe as Maximus in Gladiator. To obtain something special, step up to the plate, but don't expect it to be easy. Maximus faces the killer of his family. My name is Maximus Decimus Meridius, commander of the armies of the North, general of the Felix legions, and loyal servant to the true emperor. Father to a murdered son, husband to a murdered wife, I will have my vengeance. And the card itself is about fast acting and thinking. The Chariot keeps several plates spinning. It holds the courage to conquer new territory and scale demanding heights. Keep your eyes on the prize while drawing on strength and poise. And isn't that what we saw here with staying focused? Exactly. Stay the course. Stay focused. Exactly that energy. And as you do it, your thoughts and emotions are gonna get more in balance. It's almost like you need to fake it till you make it sometimes, right? Because it may be, well, it will be scary at times. It will be off-putting at times. You may want to take an easier way out, divine masculines. But if you stay on track, stay aligned, you will be rewarded for sure. Justice will be served, I'm hearing. And finally, we have Ace of Coins, clarified by Six of Cups for the action. I'm just gonna see, for aces, we don't have the same explanation, but we do have the names here. Let me see. This is Michael Douglas in Wall Street. Doesn't really look like him, but oh well. You see, this is like divine masculine in their business self, business attire. So, like I was saying, they are inspired by the beauty in this twin flame connection, by how authentic they can be in this connection. And this in turn pushes them towards taking steps of applying that authenticity in whatever it is they're doing, in their work, in their routine, in how they make money, how they approach people, right? This is usually about work, but doesn't have to be, right? It can be even about some family business. It can be living arrangements. It can be how they take care of children, for example, especially if they have to do co-parenting with an ex, for instance, right? It can be any of those things. Take it how it resonates. But whatever it is, this is the physical space for sure. This is like everyday life. And they're being more themselves, and they're being more kind and loving in this space. To themselves, first of all, and then to others, of course. Like I was saying at the beginning, one is directly connected to the other. And this all comes from this inspiration that their connection with divine feminine is bringing them. Okay, beautiful. Let's get some messages from divine masculines to divine feminines. What would they like to share with their feminines at this time? What's happening on their heart and mind? What kind of messages do they want to send to DFs? By the way, I'm going to start sending out newsletters again. I used to do it for a while, but I stopped. Didn't have capacity for that for a while. Now I'm going to be back to that. So I will be sending all kinds of updates. There will be astrological updates. There will be links to videos, readings that I record, to the blog posts that I post on my website. So you'll be able to follow a lot closer what I'm up to, you know, what's going on, what's important for the spiritual path for the times that we live in. Okay, we'll go with the 2 today. Please don't give up on me. And I need to love me first, then I can love you. No comments required here. If you're still wondering how is this connected to why I'm not giving any comments, you can rewind back to the beginning of the video where I was talking about self-love and why it's important in order to be loving to other people. And that's the biggest transformation that divine masculines are going through these days, which is beautiful. Okay. Thank you very much for being with me, guys. Don't forget to like the video, to subscribe to my channel, and I'll talk to you again very, very soon.